Hello? Hello. A little bit rude. Hello? Hello. Better. Well, welcome to the show. Shame, is it? So, my name's John Berkavitch.
Hi.
Hello. Hi. Not as good as the other time. So this is like. Alright, so here's the truth. So I had this idea about the show I was going to make, and it was about all the worst things I'd ever done. I wrote to the Arts Council, and they said, "Oh, we like that," and they gave me a load of money. But it was like 2 weeks before Christmas. And I got into like scratch cards. 10 grand in a hole, you've got to keep going. And we had so I had all these dates booked, and essentially I had to convince audiences to lie for me. So we've done 87 of these. It's the last one. You're the last people that are going to have to lie and say that you saw a show. It's about an hour. I've got an idea. Everyone just put your hands up. I can see you, so if you're not doing it, I can see that, like you, for example. Brilliant. Put your hand down if there's nothing in the world that you've ever done that you were ashamed of. Brilliant. So everyone's got a story. Who'd like to go first? Want to help me out? Anyone? Anyone? Don't worry about this. It's just my imagination. Anyone want to maybe someone?
Tell her.
Anyone?
What's the matter, Johnny boy? Tell her.
Someone down here want to help me out? Anyone?
Tell her.
Anyone? Maybe someone over. Oh, okay.
Get him up. What are they ashamed of? What are you ashamed of, eh? Hey? Slam him up.
It's 6 months after my 25th birthday, and I wake with a pain in my teeth that you wouldn't believe. It feels like I've got an army of angry cartoon ironmongers trying to chisel fire from my jawline in time-lapse slow motion. I'm laid flat out in bed, duvet pulled overhead, hands pressed to my cheeks and eyes open. My whole face feels broken. Wisdom teeth. I know. Hard to believe that a 25-year-old man boy sleeping in his mum's spare room would be described as having wisdom. There you go. I can hear my mum calling from downstairs in the kitchen, but by the time I get down there, she's gone out. There's no ice in our freezer, but there's a note on the table. I've missed a call, maybe more. Mistaken the ringing of the phone for the ringing in my ears, and now, on the table, there's a bit of paper and a number. And a name. A name I've not thought about in years. She was my teenage love interest. My first intense relationship. I mean, no sex. We never even kissed. Just 3 adolescent years of chances missed and feelings hidden. in a will they won't they relationship that didn't. Still at the time, she was the first girl I ever really felt like I loved. And yet now, I know that's nonsense. But I believed it at the time. So it's got to count for something. So I called her back. And she explained. Her dream, her call had been spurred on by a dream. A dream in which she'd been sat in a restaurant going over the menu, and she couldn't decide what she wanted to eat, and without ordering food just arrived. So she tried it. And see, this wasn't just any food. This was the most delicious thing she'd ever tasted. It made her lose her breath. So she called over the waitress, and she asked to speak to the chef so she could pay her compliments, and by some stroke of coincidence, that chef turned out to be none other than yours truly. So this got me thinking, she said. We should have a reunion. I've spoken to the others, and they're up for it. Friday, I mumbled my agreement and hung up. And as the phone goes dead, my mind starts racing, tracing the line that equates subconscious food and sex. Reading innuendo into her dream. See, everything never happened at school, but 2 years after graduation, we'd had our first reunion. And the next morning we woke up in the same bed, both naked. And she pretended to be asleep, I snuck out, got dressed and left, and that was it. I mean, we didn't say anything else about it. We claim we can't remember. I mean, we were pretty wasted. But I remember a bit. And a few more bits came back when she said it was the best she'd ever tasted. Now it looked like she wanted second helpings. Friday comes quick. The others turn out to be roughly 3/4 of our performing arts A-level class. 4 of the girls and just the 1 of the lad. And as I enter the bar, I can see that they're all already several drinks deep. But where's she? The other lad grabs my sleeve, pulls me to the bar to play catch-up. We run his wallet through 3 laps of 2 fingers of rum, and I laugh as the alcohol sucks in cash. 4th double in hand. I have to say that's enough. And I turn round from the bar just in time to see the sunrise. There she is. The only reason that I'm here. As she enters, the chatter of the bar seems to fade out, and the only thing I can hear is the strings playing her intro. She is the music. The light melody of her blonde hair dances daintily down the slope of her shoulders and tiptoes across the gentle bouncing bass line of her breasts. Below her bosom, a gym-toned waist rhythmically bottlenecks its tight jeans that hang from her hips like the alcohol now hangs on my breath. That gap between her thighs frames her legs as a tuning fork, and every step sings vibrations that resonate in my crotch. She sits, and I watch, as she weaves her slender legs double-crossed, betraying the lost memory of a night we both claimed we forgot. Man, she looks incredible. She looks edible. And right there and then, I want to lick, chew, and swallow her whole. I unfold myself in the bar, and beeline across to sat in the arm of her chair. And as she talks, I nod, and she puts her hand on my leg, and plays with her hair. And I almost forget about how much my teeth hurt. We jump feet first into a stream of flirtation, and as the time passes, it's like no time's passed. And we're 18 again. It's the summer before she goes off to uni. We're sat in a field behind her parents' house on Cherry Tree Lane. One blanket over both of our shoulders, smoking weed and holding on to dreams about how things will never change. And when I look at her, under that moonlight, I truly believe that we're meant to be together. I truly believe that one day we'll find our forever. There, in that moment, when I let her paint the inside of my mind with cliches, and I can only express my true feelings through the lyrics to the theme tune to Home and Away. No matter where we are, she's my guiding star. And now, 7 years later, I'm sat on the arm of the sofa soaking her in. It's starting to feel like, well, maybe I've been right all along. The other lad interrupts our moment. Starts going on about us getting married the following weekend. He invites us all to come, and we all nod in agreement. He starts going on about it's going to be the best reception ever. Better than this guy, better than that guy, better than his, better than hers, just getting proper carried. And I'm like, wait, better than hers? You're married? at the back of my mouth, 4 new teeth transform into unmuzzled Rottweilers, savagely chewing the inside of my cheeks. All of a sudden, it hurts to talk, hurts to laugh, hurts to smile, and for the next week, it hurts to eat. But not eating, it seems, turns out to be a bit of a blessing in disguise. See, I don't own a suit, so I've had to borrow one from my little brother. And let's just say, well, it's not my size. Mate, can I get you?
Cappuccino.
Cappuccino, no problem. So you got your Christmas shopping done, mate?
Yeah, most of it.
2 days to go. You got brothers and sisters?
Just the one sister.
Yeah, I've got 6. 3 brothers, 3 sisters. Christmas at my house? It's expensive. Cappuccino, there you go. Big can taken into leave. Nice one. You alright, love? Can I get you?
No.
Cappuccino, no problem. So you got your Christmas shopping done, love? Again? Yeah? I'm nearly there. Just my oldest sister left to buy for. She's always a tricky one because I want to get her something she's going to like, but not something she's going to sell us for drugs. Do you know what I mean? You alright, love? Can I get you?
Like a hot chocolate, please.
Say that again?
Hot chocolate, please. Hot chocolate, please.
You want like cream and sprinkles on that?
Oh, yes.
So you got your shopping done?
No, not bothering.
Say that again?
Not bothering.
Not bothering? Cream, yeah?
Yes, please.
Sprinkles?
Yes, please.
You want to get you?
Cappuccino.
Oh, answer. Good answer. So, you got your shopping done, love?
Yeah, that is it.
Yeah, pretty much there. There's not one present left to buy. It's my oldest sister. She's always a tricky one because I want to get her something she's going to like. She's like a wannabe con artist, do you know what I mean? But maybe you could help me out. What would you buy for a wannabe con artist? Obviously, take your time. No one else needs serving. Again? Yeah, cheers. Thanks for your help. Hello? Yeah. No, I'm at work. Yeah. No, I can't. I'm at work. Ask Mum. Alright, okay. Gotta go. Difficult customer. Sorry, that was yours. Nice one. We're all in it together, don't we? You're right, mate, what can I get you?
Espresso, please.
No problem, and for you?
Herbal tea, please.
Herbal tea, do that straight up.
Don't.
There you go, mate, I've left your bag in. Happy enough?
Mint tea, please.
Brilliant, and do you want that toasted? The panini you're holding, yeah?
Yes.
Play the game, we're in this together. Come on. Pass it up then. Brilliant, thank you. I've been on my own all day, so I've not had a chance to clean the grill, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be fine. So you all got your Christmas shopping done? I'm pretty much there with mine, just got one present left to buy. It's my oldest sister. She's always a difficult one, she's like a wannabe con artist, always trying to do people out of the money, always running scams. I remember when I was 14, she used to get me to type up these fake competition letters. I mean, I'd type them up on my mum's BBC computer, and we'd letter set winner across the front in red felt pen, and post them out to all our neighbours saying they've won 250 quid, they just got to send £25 to our address, and they can claim their prize. And apparently I get £5 from everyone that came back. Now, I don't know if she ever made any money from it, but I know that I definitely never did. She's always been, troubled, do you know what I mean? And the worst part of it is, I'm not even sure she's going to be there at Christmas. See, a couple of weeks ago, she marched up to me with my dad's house about 10 o'clock at night, tried to throw a brick through their front window. Hello, Captain Marceau's oldest beans in town, Merry Christmas, I can take that. No. Yeah, no, I turned it off. I'm at work. Don't. Ask Mum. So, how much? No, look, I've got to go. Alright. Yeah, she marched up there about 10 o'clock at night, tried to throw a brick to... Hello, Captain Marceau's oldest beans in town, Merry Christmas. No. Yeah, no, stop, cut. Don't come here. Don't come here. Yeah, marched up there about 10 o'clock at night, just to make sure she's got a brick. She's brought one with her. Jimmied it loose from her garden wall, carried it up there and now's to carry it back. I just imagine her marching up there, it's like a 40-minute walk, it's raining, she's just muttering. Every other step this brick's just smacking into her knee. By the time she gets to my mum and dad's house, she's stood at the edge of the drive, holding this brick above her head, blood seeping out through one side of her tracksuit bottoms, just about to throw it. She clocks on my parents having a bit of building work done. There's a big pile of bricks right outside the window. But you gotta laugh really, ain't you? Because if you don't know what you're gonna do. That's yours, love. I want to eat those brown bits. Hello, Captain Marceau's on this piece. No, look, just fuck off. Stop fucking calling, just fuck off. Yeah, love, I'm gonna get you.
Macchiato, please.
Cappuccino. It's 2 years and a month since my little brother was born, and I'm slipping 6-year-old feet into a small size 9. Downstairs, my older brother is like 9.5 at the time. He's shouting at my sister. She's nearly 12. Now at 6 years old, I've been on earth long enough to stop to think. I figured a few things out for myself. See, today's my birthday. I know what that means. As I stand at the edge of my bed getting dressed, my brother and sister both appear at my door. You gotta come downstairs, do your cards, says my brother. Is he ready? Calls my mum from downstairs in the hall. 2 minutes! I say. Okay, says my sister, as she twists my brother's arm and they disappear down the stairs. I continue to climb inside the sleeves of my jumper. A jumper that at one point in time had been both of theirs. See, the thing about being third oldest is it means that pretty much most of my clothes were previously known by at least one, if not both, of my siblings. All my jeans have been lived in, and their knees bear re-stitching, so my mum had to fix them after playgrounds claimed victims. Now my brother's knees, they echo these same identical scars. See, these jeans tell a story, and it's his, and hers, and mine, and ours. Still, as I pull on my jumper, I find it hard to believe that one day my own arms might fill my brother's old sleeves. Sleeves that at 5 he'd grown out of, but at 6, I'm still a long way from growing into. See, at almost 10 years old, my brother is nearly 6 feet tall, and still growing. But growing, something I'm yet still to begin to do. Now a lot of his clothes get ripped, because he's always fighting at school, and my mum says that's because of all that he's been through. Are you ready, love? Come on, hurry up, we need to leave soon! Downstairs in the kitchen, my mum's finished fixing breakfast, and the rest of us sit round over cornflakes or toast. My older siblings eat noisily. My dad drinks coffee, smokes a couple of cigarettes and shuffles the post. Now my mum is untangling my younger brother's legs and then angling them in through the holes of his high chair. There you go, says my dad, as he fans a multicoloured handful of envelopes in the space between my plate and my nose. I grip them tight. Excitement tears them open. Delighted fingers peel sellotape £3 coins from shop-bought cards. I got one from my mum and dad, one from my nan and granddad, one from my other nan, and 3 sets of uncles and aunts. £8! Get in! The most money that's ever just been mine. Happy birthday, love, says my mum. We'll do your cake at tea time. Now, cake means candles. And candles mean wishes. Let's rewind. 7 weeks. And it's 12 days before Christmas. And me and my brother and sister write wish lists of presents and gifts we want Santa to bring us when he visits on Christmas Eve evening. Now before this Christmas, I didn't even know what a wish was, but now wishes are something I definitely believe in. Man, Christmas is cool. Everyone gets presents. My mum gets chocolates, my dad gets socks, my little brother gets a toy he just plays in the box. I get Lego. It's exactly what I asked for when I wrote my letter. Now my brother and sister, they both get Scare Electrics. When I look at their gift and look back at mine, it's pretty obvious which one's better. Theirs. And I figured that this isn't really fair, because you know at the time when I made my wish, I didn't even know what a Scare Electrics is, and if I had, I'd just ask for the same. And I know my brother and sister aren't really to blame, but I definitely feel like I've wasted my wish. You know, wasted a wish. That's a mistake I don't plan to make twice. Right, back to my birthday. Sat in my dad's car on the drive to school. My mind goes through the possibilities of everything I can do. See, birthday wishes are different. It's all been explained by my sister. She said, this one's a secret. You've got to keep it that way, because if you don't, it won't come true. And you don't have to ask for presents either. You can ask for anything at all. It's up to you. Now, I asked my teacher about this when I was at school, and she confirmed that what my sister said was true, but there is another rule. You can't just wish for more wishes. Apparently that's cheating. But birthday wishes, you just get one wish each. So here's the thing. Now you only get one birthday wish, and that's because when it comes to birthdays, well, people just have one. But see, that wasn't the same for my brother and sister, because they were both adopted before I was born. See, at 2 years old, my sister moved in with our parents, and 2 years later, my brother joined the family. And 2 years after that, I was born, and my little brother was born 4 years after me. Now our parents, they're really big on sharing, and they care about us all in equal measure. I mean, at Christmas, everyone gets their own presents, but we all have to share. We all play together. Now your birthday, that's the one day a year that's supposed to be just about you. See, my brother and sister, well, they got two. I mean, the first one's a birthday, same as me, standard, but then we also celebrate the day that they officially joined the family. And my dad calls this birthday number 2. The birthdays are a big deal. But see, this second day is huge. I mean, my brother and sister, they invite all their friends, and my parents invite all their friends, and the neighbours too, and there's music and dancing and just so much food. I just remember all the egg sandwiches. Man, I love egg sandwiches. There's only 2 days a year we can have them, just because my dad don't like the smell. But see, on birthday number 2, well, that isn't an issue. And you know what? That's not fair, because I love egg sandwiches. You know when they're put into triangles? Why are triangles more tasty than squares? And I could never have them when it was my birthday. My brother and sister, they always have them on theirs. On their second birthday. And you know what? There's nothing about that that's fair. On the morning of the wedding, I spent 2 hours getting dressed, wrestling my way into my little brother's suit. It's tight, like real tight. This suit is a 3-piece vice cut, slightly tighter than my own skin. Makes me look like a mannequin made from broken bespoke pipe cleaners. Waistcoat on, feels like my ribs, I've got my lungs in a headlock. a heavy cotton, navy blue, Chinese finger trap for the body. And the more I wriggled, the tighter it got. Fully dressed, I lose all use of my knees, my elbows and my hips. And the only way to walk is like I'm moving a fridge. I look like a really smart pencil. Like I'm halfway through being swallowed by a pinstripe anaconda. Basically, the suit's tight. Like, real tight. 2 hours later, I'm leant against the free bar. My hollow stomach half full of the optimism that good rum brings. My mind caught up on the thought of one thing. See, like most 20-something man boys will tell you, pretty much 90% of my time and effort was dedicated to a single goal. Sexual gratification. Just trying to find any girl at all that let me put my, And I reached a point in my life where I started to recognise the signs, and everything this girl did at the reunion indicated she's looking for a sexy time, and I want to oblige. I was facing a bit of a quandary. See, there's still something at my core that nags at the sanctity of monogamy. I mean, I've never cheated on a girl. But I have been cheated on by girls. I had my heart broken, beaten up and eaten by deceit. And I've always held tight to this idea that one day I'm going to find this special girl that's going to make my life complete. This girl that I just want to spend the rest of my life with. This girl will be my whole reason to be on this earth. And however far ahead in the future that was, one thing I knew for certain was it couldn't be her. Not this girl. I mean, she's already married. She's stood in church with this other guy, and in front of both their families, she's promised to forsake all others. For him, she's the one. The end of his search, the last in his line of lovers. I mean, she's given him her promise, he gave her his part. And to be honest, I don't want to be the guy that tears their love apart. I mean, I've never met this guy. What I do understand is I don't want to be the home wrecker that wrecks his plans. I've got to do the best I can to be a better man. So, I decide I'm going to leave. And that's when she arrives. And her summer dress clings to the outside of her thighs as she pauses momentarily to talk to bride and groom, before plotting a crow's flight line to me across the crowded room. "Glad you could make it," she says. I mumble a reply, something about how I didn't want to let our mate down, wasn't really going to be anywhere else, and she orders a drink, admires my suit. Her breasts gently brush my arm as she feels the lapels. "You look good," she says. "Same," I one word back. And for the next few hours we don't say much more, just drink and smile and look at each other, and drink and smile and look at the floor. I allow myself to get lost in the sight of her. My eyes caress every gentle curve and corner of her form, as the rest of the room just seems to fade into obscurity. Try and imagine what her face would look like at the moment of orgasm. Looks pretty good to me. The sting in my teeth reminds me to stay focused. Alright, enough of this. I'm going home. "Okay," she says as she turns towards the door. "Come on then. Let's go." Brother mate, my last one, can I get you?
Hot chocolate Ruth.
So you sold money?
Sorry?
You sold money?
What?
Ben, sold money?
Not today, no.
Here, brother, you keep that one.
Thanks. Thanks very much.
And no winter stuff on the homes.
Hi, Brian.
Welcome.
As I walk home from work that day, I've still got one present left to buy. My oldest sister. And on the way back, I go past one of those shops that sells like, you know, like ethnic knickknacks that people on gap years bring back. You know, the frog with a stick and you scrape its back. Wind chimes and dream catchers and just anything made out of rattan or bamboo. And in the window of the shop, they've got this, it's got one set of wind chimes. They've been blown from blue glass into stars. It's £5. I think that's perfect. It looks nice, she's not going to be able to sell it or swap it for anything, and I figure she can hang it in a window, and then every time the wind blows, she'll hear the noise, and she'll know that somebody loves her. So I go in and I buy it, I take it home, and I wrap it in brown paper and write a name on it, and go around to my mum's and leave it under the Christmas tree. And on Christmas Day, well, she doesn't come. And by New Year's Day, we've still not seen her. And the last time I spoke to her, I told her to fuck off. By January the 6th, all the needles from the tree are in the carpet, and my dad drags its carcass out and dumps it behind the dustbin. And all my sister's presents get gathered up into an Asda carrier bag, it's left on a shelf in my mum's kitchen. Two days later, when I get the call, I already know that it's bad news. The way my dad explains it is that on New Year's Eve, she's gone out with a load of people she knows through mental health, and they've all mixed all their prescription drugs in a big bowl, thrown some cocaine, thrown some MDMA, crushed it all up and done spoons of it, washed back with cider and vodka. And the next morning, well, everyone's woken up, apart from her. On the morning of the funeral, I take her present out of that carrier bag. I unwrap it from its brown paper. I go out to the front of my mum and dad's house, and I hang it in a tree that stands in front of the window that she tried to smash. And I figure that every time the wind blows, I'll hear the noise. And I'll know that somebody lived there. You farted? We're two pairs of best friends. There's me and Nam, there's Jim and Jack. We're sat upstairs on the, we're year 8, they're year 7, it's the first day of school. We're sat upstairs on the bus as close to the back as the old lads will let us be. Now, we're sat here, because Jim's brother's a year 10. But see, my brother left last year, but this used to be his bus. I mean, his name's still scratched into the back of the seat that sits in front of the back seat. So I've got a claim. I mean, it's not just like anyone can sit here. Back seats on school buses, they're either earned or inherited. And over the next 4 years, we make that back row our own. Grown from the roots of that top deck, our friendship blooms. And us four form a unit. Each one informing the other's opinions as we search for a subculture that we can belong to. From rave flyers stuck to bedroom walls, record shopping, walking to town and MTV, mixtapes stolen from Warner Brothers stereos, house parties and buying booze with fake IDs. Together, we share our first drink and our first split. And we stand guard over street corners every Friday night of our teens, just watching all those girls that we're too afraid to talk to. Looking like 4 variated versions of the same centre party curtains, wrapped in eclipse waistcoats and Carcani jeans. We look cool. We look 90s cool. Friday nights become a recurring sleepover. Jim's mum's garage is our living room. 2 sofas and a coffee table. Empty bottles of 2020 and K-cider that hold the ashes of a history of us learning to roll our own. Lunch money's chipped in on £10 draws. Baked in laughter, caked in acne and safe in the knowledge that we're all part of something. I mean, we're friends. We're like proper friends. We wear out the VHS copy of Boys in the Hood that now stole from his older brother. And we quote every line like it's scripture. All collectively promising to avenge each other if any of us ever ended up like Ricky in that alley. Man! If that happened to you, I'd have your back. I'd have your back, and I'd have your back, and I'd have your back, and I'd have your back. And I got your back, and we got back to back to back to back to back to back to back, back hard. That's all that matters. See, me and Nam, we're best mates. And Jim and Jack, they're best mates. And me and Nam get on with Jim, and Jim and Jack get on with Nam, but me and Jack, we're 2 ends of a row. Unconnected without the others. We're like opposite corners on a square or east and west on a compass. I mean, I'd never knock on for him without one of them being there. He'd never knock on for me either. Now at school, we all had this one same art teacher. And he introduced us to this graffiti film called Style Wars. We just made him play it every lesson. We used to get wild style outlines with marker pens on sugar paper. And talk in faux New York graffiti accents like, "Yo man, that shit looks fresh!" Till one Friday night, at the start of next summer, Jack says it's time. He wants to go out and paint real graffiti. No more pens and paper, real spray paints on track size, like New York in the 80s. I'm down, but the other 2 ain't up for it. So 1 week later, me and Jack meet up for the first time ever, without either of the other 2 being there. It's a bit weird. Jack's been scouting out walls, and he's found a place. So he leads us there, and together we make our first marks into something that's going to become who we are. Graffiti. After 4 weeks of returning and working and touching up and finishing off our first ever graffiti pieces look awful. Jack's is significantly less awful than mine, and over time he teaches me the techniques I need to get better. I mean, he's got a gift for it. It's like a natural. So cool. United by graffiti, we become partners in crime. We start painting together almost every other weekend. I mean, the other 2 don't get it, but it don't affect our friendship. See, graffiti, that's our thing. Me and Jack. Right, fast forward 6 years. Replace school buses with first cars, house parties become clubbing, smoking draw becomes shotting weed. Jim's mum's garage is still our living room. The floor is littered thick with ash and laughter, and every Friday night is the same. Me and Jack still paint. We're just much better now. We're like serious. We're 19. Grown-ups. Jack's got a job interview at the casino. But he reckons I should apply too. I do, and we both get it. We decide we're going to go painting the night before to celebrate. And Jack scattered out this big green metal box off the side of a canal footpath near my mum's house. So we walk there, and we paint. And we're no longer awful. I mean, we're pretty good. But Jack's still significantly better than I am, but I'm alright. I'm ambitious. Occasionally, we interrupt the silence of concentration to play out fantasy situations of cruise ships and Las Vegas, stacking the chips, rubbing shoulders with the rich and famous, taking $100 tips from suspicious-looking strangers and just letting it ride. But all on black, right, Jack? Right. We decide we should start heading home as it gets too dark to tell outlines from highlights. So we walk back, talking about our future lives. We roam those footpaths like two lions stalking the Serengeti, talking about a future like it's already written. Whatever happens, we're going to be in this together. You got my back, I've got your back, it's a given. We climb through chain-link fences and over metal gates, push through a hole in a hedge and arrive up on a bridge where we come face to face with 4 lads. Four lads. Hyenas. We're surrounded. They've seen us. I pause. Keep walking, Jack whispers. 4 lads. They stop us. Question us. Frisk us. What's in your pockets? Nothing, mate. What's in your bag? Nothing, mate. Nothing. It's just paint. Paint? Yeah, it's spray paint. It's graffiti, innit? Oh, you got spray cans in your bag? Yeah. Yeah? Give it. One leg grabs Jack's bag strap. Jack's back in his back, Jack back. Now we're tussling. There's 3 on him, 1 on me. It's all sizing up, sidestepping with dodge punches. I'm panicked. Jack's focused. His shoulder throws one lad off him, and we're open. And we run! I'm sprinting. Tears stream from squinted eyes and fear fuels my feet. Jack's beside me, and my mum's house is 60 feet. And we run, and we're close, having seen it. And my heart's in my throat, my fear won't let me breathe, and we run. 50 feet and we're close. I can see it, my blood's fire over bone, and the air's made of screams, and we run. 40 feet and we're close. I can see it and I look. Jack's here and we're close. I can see it and I look. And Jack's here and we're close. I can see it and I look. And Jack's gone. Behind me, the shouting condenses. I turn around to look and the whole world shrinks. Jack's a ball in the gravel. Caught beneath the boots of 4 animals who laugh and stamp like children on bouncy castles. They kick, and they stamp and they shout, and Jack screams. And I'm frozen. Halfway between Jack and my mum's house. So I'm going home. The sat in my dad's car on the drive back to the school. There's 4 kids. I'm the one in the back who's closed open. Sat sandwiched between a passenger side door and a baby seat that's been pushed too far to my side. My legs are getting crushed because the front seat's been pushed so far back my sister don't have to bend her knees. My brother sat over there. He don't look best pleased. See, it was his turn to go in the front this morning, you see, and him and my sister, they don't want to each journey. I just sit where I sit. No front seat for me. Right now it's like 3:15, and birthday tea's gonna be around about 4:30. We pull into the driveway, my sister gets out and opens my door. Child watch, of course. She goes into the kitchen to have my mum a birthday tea. It's supposed to be a surprise, I'm not allowed to see. Now my brother, he goes to the front room, turns on the TV, and then sits with his face about a foot from the screen. I sit behind him. And for the position that I'm in, well, I can't really see much of it. My brother sits transfixed by a middle-aged man who seems to be sharing a cupboard with a small furry puppy. Right now it's his turn to choose channels. And I'm cool with that. I mean, these programmes are all about like cartoons about robots and aliens. Now my sister, It's just like this world programme. It's about this neighbourhood of Australians. So at 5:35, that's what we all have to watch. Now, I never get a chance to choose what's on telly, but they think that's fair, but it's not. But see, today is the day when all of that changes. My birthday wish. I've been planning this for ages. I actually got the idea for one of his Australian neighbours, see? There's this one character who's like a bit of a troublemaker. And a few weeks ago, she found out that she was adopted when she was a baby, and man, she lost it. She went proper crazy. It just didn't make any sense to me. I mean, firstly, I didn't know why she was acting like that, but also I didn't know that it could happen like that, that you could find out. I thought being adopted was something that you always knew. And it gave me an idea. My birthday wish. I'm going to wish that I find out that I was adopted when I was a baby. Now, I hadn't told anyone about it. Mainly because I know that if I do, then it won't come through, but also, I know I could get in a lot of trouble for thinking it, let alone if I said it out loud. But perhaps the seed of an idea that I just couldn't put down is the perfect wish. A wish that means my parents won't get angry if I lie or steal things or behave a bit badly. A wish that gives me a choice of TV channels, or a ride in the front seat on the drive to school. A wish that gives me an excuse or permission to do all the stuff that right now I'm not allowed to do. You see, the thing about being 6 and having older siblings is why can't we just do the same things? And yeah, they're older, but I know myself, the real reason is something else. It's something that they are that I'm not. That's why they get treated different. But see, this wish makes everything fair. It makes everything change. It makes us all exactly the same. But it's such a secret. I can't even think about the words. Not after the first time. What I do is I imagine a locked door. And I imagine behind it there's a flight of stairs that leads down to a cellar with no windows and a safe in the far wall. And inside that safe, there's a locked box. And in it, there's a small piece of paper that's got my wish written on it. So I never have to think about the words of the wish. I don't think about the safe or the cellar or the stairs. I just think about that first door. For the next hour, think about it more and more. So I'm 12 years old. I've got beef with this kid who lives on my street. He's like 9 or something. I see him every day. See, his house is halfway between my house and my friend Nam's house, and every day when I bike past him, he shouts at me, "Oi, girls' bite! Girls' bite! Girls' bite! You got a girls' bite!" I hate him. I really, really hate him. Because the truth is, I've got a girl's bike. See, it used to belong to my sister. And my parents aren't the kind of people who can afford to just keep buying new things. Especially not when they've got perfectly good old things they can pass down to younger siblings. New bikes cost a fortune. There's 7 of us. So every day it's the same. Oi, girls' bike, girls' bike, girls' bike. Today when I see him, I think, no! 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 No more! No more! I'm gonna fight him. So I get off my bike, and I undo my combination lock, and I fix it to a lamppost using my super secret code. 1, 2, 3, 4. Girl's bike or not, I don't want to get stolen. I turn around to face him and I'm ready. I'm gonna fight him. And I lift my fists up in front of my face and tense my fingers tight round my thumbs for that extra strength, and I'm ready. I'm gonna fight him. And I march straight up to him and bang, bang! He punches me twice in the face and I'm trying. No, I made a mistake. No, I'm not gonna fight him. 1, 2, yeah, you better run, girls, boy. No more! 1, 2. I lift my fist back up and I'm still ready and I'm still crying and I'm still ready and I'm still crying and I march straight back up and bang, bang! No, definitely made a mistake. Definitely not going to fight. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I undo my combination lock. Still crying. And I get back on my bike. Still crying. And I ride off. Still crying. There's plenty more of that if you want it, girls' bike, he shouts over shadowboxing. And now I'm frozen. Halfway between Jack and my mum's house, and I've never really had a proper fight. See, my older brother's massive. And this meant that at school nobody wanted to fight me for fear of being battered by him, and I've never had a proper fight. And I'm still crying. And I want to shout that I'm sorry, but I'm already running. And I tell myself that I'm ready to get help, but I know that I'm running away. My fist pounds the front door and my dad answers. Jack, Jack, it's Jack, Jack, just Jack, Jack! In an instant, my dad's in his van going at him. Horn blaring, lights blazing, the animals scatter. Through hedge gaps and foxholes, my dad lands the pavement. Jack's on his feet. He saved him. He's okay. Well, not okay, but okay. Jack, I was... Then I see his face. It's red paint. A twisted relief map of bruises and contusions, and it's torture to look at, but I make myself look. Jack! He looks past me, and walks through me. Blank. My dad pulls up on the drive and gets out of his van. Is he alright? He's alright, Daddy. He says thanks, he just wanted to go home. My dad leads me inside, and I go to my room and I sit on my own and I know. I know that if that had been the other way round, if that had been me that got tripped and I was on the ground, then Jack would have come back. We'd have probably just got battered together. He would have had my back. Outside of the wedding reception, she stands by the edge of the road. In a gentle rain that sticks the hair to the side of her face. Look, let's just both go home. We'll get a taxi from up here, she says, and starts walking. I nod in agreement and match her pace. As we walk, we wade through silent, lust-fueled, guilty thoughts masked as whistling innocence. Like teenage friends on a stroll back from school. Barely speaking out loud, our eyes saying it all. A mile later, we were holding hands. And a mile after that, the sun's gone down. Now, we'd expected to see a taxi, but we're just not. And the rain was heavy now. So we decided to settle for a minute and rest in a bus stop. Beneath that plastic-coated, council-funded shelter, we sat quiet as a secret. And I watched the rain drip from her hair to caress the curves of her cleavage. As it starts to ease off, she decides we should be leaving. Stands up and takes my hand in hers. She pulls me to my feet. I pull her back towards me and press my body in so tight the rain couldn't find space between us. Our heartbeat grows quick as she presses thighs against my crotch. My trousers swell and we kiss. Our passion is so hot the rain evaporates from us. And we're left driving in a cloud of our own steam, each of our fingertips kneading and moulding the flesh of each other's. Our bodies pressed so tight together we can feel each other breathe like a man sifting through a phone book. My fingers run through her, slowing to a skim read before gently circling the article I was searching for. She gasps at my touch, biting my lip as her hand grips the back of my neck, and every movement of my mouth sets fire to my jaw, but right then and right there, I just don't care. Nothing else matters but this. A passing car horn pulls her off me. "We can't do this here," she says. Grabs my hand and pulls me forwards at a walking pace. My body aches, joints worn raw by the tightening rub of my suit. So completely through, 3 pieces, shirt and skin, rain lashes my swollen face and slow-breaking jaw, and my crotch is so sore from the roar of the beast caged within. See, the way I figure it's like this. You know, she's out here with me with such obvious intent trying to get her end away. Well, I figure that her marriage must be in trouble anyway. You know her husband? He's a bastard. In fact, he's already cheating. You know, by her actions, she's just trying to get even. See, he drove her to it by being some sort of sex-crazed, adulterous dogging weirdo. And technically, if you look at it like that, technically, I'm a fucking hero. I'm saving her from a loveless marriage. I am romance. She's a damsel in distress in a damp silk dress, and I am a knight with a shining hard on. So we march on through 3 more uncomfortable miles until finally arriving outside of my parents' house. The car's there, but the lights are out. Now, I don't know about you, but there's certain things I know better than just taking to my mum's house. 1, drugs. 2, stolen goods. And 3, drunken married women look to cheat on their husbands. It's left only one choice. The garage. Now, my dad's garage is a cold grey cave, and it plays home to a single lonely broken sofa and an overstuffed ashtray. As we enter, she slams the door closed behind her and pulls my jacket back across my shoulders, trapping my arms as I fall back on the sofa. My head hits the ashtray, and as the dust settles, she's pulling at my flies. This is the last resort for the button, and it abandons its post, releasing the amulet it fought so valiantly to contain. Like a dog let off its leash, my flesh runs forwards, like a Scotsman screaming, "Freedom!" as it runs into battle. She slips cold fingers inside my waistband, and in one motion reduces trousers and pants to ankles, but they coil around my feet like cold, wet shackles. This suit's just too tight to take off that quickly. She loads a condom into the loose grip of her fist, and puts it on me with a practiced precision action reminiscent of spearfishing. She grips me like a security guard holding a flashlight. Her left hand settles round my throat and her right moves her knickers to one side. In one motion, she is on me and I am in her. And as she crashes her tense buttocks into my hips, I watch a single drop of rain run from her hairline, mix with the sweat of her face, hang from the end of her nose, and then drip. And in that moment, as that drip falls, I see every teenage day we spent together. Every moment of silence, every secret discussion. All the nights I spent sat on the thinly carpeted floor of her bedroom, watching her sing along to Jarvis Cocker and rearrange her CDs, while I made us both roll-ups and wrote her name in graffiti. I relived the hormone-fueled idea of first love and reimagined a future where we're together. And then I see a man sat alone, staring out of a window, waiting for his wife to come home, wondering where she was and why she was so late. But as that drip hit my face, I ejaculated. The whole thing had lasted less than 3 seconds. just slightly under 2 pumps. She dismounts and stands over me. And I lay there, in a puddle of sweat and rain and cum and ash, and as the cold air hits it, my penis sheds its rubbery skin and retreats back to flaccid. We both just stare at it. It looks like a hairy little olive. The silence lasts much, much longer than the act itself has. I don't really feel like I've represented myself very well there. Do you want to give it 20 minutes? Get this suit off and try again? No, she says. No thanks. You're fine. And then she leaves, pausing momentarily before she slams the door to say, at least I remember it this time. Now I'm sat at the table, surrounded by my family, and everyone's singing the birthday song. And my mum places the cake in front of my face, the candlelight flickers, and the singing stops. Now blow out your candles and make a wish, says my mum. And as I look through those 6 candles, into the 6 eyes of my siblings, their flames are reflected in my gaze. First, I look into my little brother's eyes. Windows to a soul that's never seen pain. Eyes that have never seen relationships strain. Never seen hurt or anguish, never been burnt or abandoned in shame. Eyes that have never been truly afraid. Eyes that have never been blamed. See, when he looks at the world, he views it with eyes that haven't been taken with rage. He views it with eyes that are still surprised by the beauty in every moment of every day. And when I look into my sister's eyes, well, what I see behind them just isn't the same. Her eyes hold secrets. Secrets of the things that she's seen. Things that could never be changed. The truly unfair memories of a 12-year-old child who knows too much about pain. The kind of pain that no amount of wishing, or TV channel switching, or egg sandwiches on your birthday is going to take away. When she smiles at me, I have to avert my gaze. I close my eyes in shame. When I open my eyes, all eyes are on me. I turn to my brother and sister. I don't think I can blow them all out on my own, I say. You two are going to have to help me. Okay, says my mum. All together then, on the count of 3. 1. And you two have got to make wishes too. You've got to. 2. We take a deep breath. 3. And we blew. And as those candles go out, I make a wish. I wish that both of their wishes come true. So there it is. All the worst things I ever did, or didn't do, or thought, or said, or didn't say. Now ask yourself, what about you? What are you most ashamed of?